just gets back to work. Now, I knows for facts, because the way these things been going on and the way they use these technologies, and I know this is a facts, that most, and I've explained this to the people that have intelligent and kind conversations with me. The one lady we talked about Shakespeare. And I said, they think they're manipulating the conversations to invent their own narrative, But like, I didn't say this to her, but I said, they impulse me to meet. She goes, that's neat that I came here and met you. Yeah, and they impulse us to do so. Okay, so they think they're manufacturing their own narrative. But when the soul connects with the soul and we see what Shakespeare was talking about, and we feel it, and that he was taught to read from the Bible. So when he does say something, it's connected to what he's trying to do. Our doubts are traitors that make us fear to attempt. So, and life being eternal, grace is infinite. We should only attempt to do that which is righteous and perfect. So he's getting this from Jesus, right? So when Shakespeare is doing social satire and criticism of hypocrisy, he's getting it from where he learned to lead in a standard of his life in his temple of perfection in listening, speaking, and doing right. And that's where Shakespeare gets it from. That's his foundation. Build me up, buttercup, baby. Yeah, that's his baby. Now that I found you, I can't let you go. Right, that's his foundation, right? And so she's, you're right, that is so beautiful. And I was, well, that was you. I connected people, and I told her, I said, when I connected people, they bring into the conversation with them what we're sharing through connecting, the souls connecting, and life eternal being, life being infinite. She, oh, that's neat, thank you. And then we talked about that, and I explained, and she was very sincere and understanding of it, and not going, well, those jerks. She was like, well, yeah, that's creepy. But I get that a lot with really good people I talk to. They go, that's creepy. It needs to stop. I totally agree. Debt and trespass and manipulation through technology to perpetuate debt and trespass for delusions of human authority and feelings of power, Lord, needs to stop, right? And even Jesus himself doesn't say he's the power and the glory. It's a total mistranslation. He's not praying to God. He's praying to the eternal spirit of himself. And the thing about it is, you guys, so you're an egomaniac. I ain't in heaven right now. I'm in the bowels of hell. But Jesus gets moved to the future. And because Earl does his job, Jesus gets moved to the future into the gates of the opening of the kingdom of heaven. We tie down Satan during early bird's time and defeat Satan altogether when they move Jesus to the future. Power, Lord! You illuminate, right? And at what point in time, okay, at what point, whatever you want to call it, considering physics and labels and yabba-dabbles, okay, at what moment, enlightenment, at what moment does a person become enlightened? At what moment do they submit to faith in the origin of all things and stop trying to quantify everything and be the answer and the solver of all problems caused by self? Because you see what I'm saying? When does that happen? Because the other day when I went to the store and I talked to Tobias, and he got all defensive because, and people follow me around, listen to me, that guy, he talks. Yes, I talk, and I listen, okay? And you do understand how important I am. I'm Earl, born of Ralph and Mary in the Valley of Shady, okay? And I told him that too. I said, I didn't give him too much. I didn't want him to freak out. But sitting there, you do know that the people on that device that see you as a commodity, that see you as money, okay, will throw you in front of off a cliff just to prove a point, to they'll just replace you with someone else, okay, that follows the program for their commodity, for their money. That's all they think of you as. Okay. They sexually assaulted my family. They killed my sister-in-law for standing up to me. They're standing up for me, not up to me. No, people that stand up to me, they praise them. Hey, that was good. Oh, I pull the string and I'll wink at you, a beer puppet. And at what point in time do these people feel entitled or endowed by their creator to sit there and come up to a man who single-handedly took on the corporations on the other side of those mountains to invent the drug cartels, to human traffic, rape little girls to death, like the cute little brown-eyed girl I was talking to out of front before, the little mean front on me, I have the right to because I have the Constitution and I vote and to come and mean mug me. Is everything what's going on here? It's like, I didn't know you had a mean little lesbian girlfriend. I would have talked to her first. That's just what I was thinking in my head, right? If I'd have known you had a mean little lesbian girlfriend, I would have talked to the mean little lesbian girlfriend. No, it was one of the employees coming into work. She's a lot like the bearded dude. They think they have the right to come in front on me. And Rockefeller set that up, okay? He gave them this, I feel empowered, power, Lord, because they're part of this movement, this group. We have rights. We're woke. We vote. We know our money has power. Our government shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid of our government. They should be afraid of us. The only thing they fear more than one of us is all of us. It's a bloody proletariat, man. They're Marxist. Okay. And now it's people, we knew it. Oh, shut up. You're fucking Great Caesar's ghost. You're the guy who used his inventions called laws to crucify Jesus Christ, or he'd mass murder everybody that didn't invent except his Constitution, his Republic, his Magna Carta, and his laws he invented. You're just as bad as they are. Okay. The splinter and the plank. The splinter and the plank. One is a splinter, the other a plank. Now, I typically have better conversations with, it's not conservative people, it's religious people. Liberal people are religious too. Okay. I have better conversations with religious people, typically. Okay. Than I do with non-religious people, scientific people. Scientific people, I got to prove everything. Everything's got to fit in my fucking brain. Yeah. And once we're free from your brain. And it's hard for people that consider themselves religion because they try to quantify God with their brain and turn a single solitary point in time, a person, place, or thing, into God. Something that quantifies God to them and relates them to God and makes God relate to all things through them, right? Which technically, yes, God does relate through all things through you. You are given life by the origin of all things, and you are a part of the origin of all things. Like I explained to the people in Eckankar, self-realization, there is no God realization. God realization is realizing that self is not God. Well, God is not you, okay? But God's omniscient, omnipotent, and you're a part of that, right? So like I told everybody in that book of Parable of Juan Jesus, acts of nature. Be the best act of nature you can be, All the acts of nature in my life, Hurricane Stephanie, the great fire of Aries, Amy Sue, boom, And then when my kids try to protect their mothers from their father, it's like, what are you trying to do? What are you going to be like the stupid little girl at the store with you in front on me? Like all these assholes, Mr. Bearded guy. Hey, you can't be talking that way around people. I can't protect people from the cartel industry that murders them and rapes them with their technology for money. You can't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, so this will stop happening? Oh, it'll stop happening. Okay, guys, once you no longer have economics as an instrument of debt and trespass for mindfucking, for delusions of human authority and power, it'll stop happening. Okay, I'm not saying they still won't have people hacking into your technology to try to put urine and brick dust on around your door when you get up in the morning. Hi, how's it going, Amy Sue? Marie, my voodoo, she'll put a spell on you. She's the witch queen. Because people have been doing this for hundreds of thousands of years. Okay? And if you dumb enough to fall for it, more power to her. Power, Lord. She's the voodoo person who gets taken in on the frog princess and all that crazy ass bullshit y'all motherfuckers always do. Magic thinking. It's not magic thinking. It's just manipulating people into a relationship you think you want. Now, if relationships are good for you, They will be meaningful and sustained through that meaningful beauty of the relationship. If relationships are not good for you, okay, Sid and Nancy, you either kill each other, kill yourself, if I can't fucking, nobody can have a murder, suicide, or you see what I'm saying? Okay, 8 signs that God wants people out of your life. Demonic people that are within your inner circle and group. Okay, it's like, look. Self-righteous, pompous, stupid-ass hypocrite. Okay. Is money real? Then why are you posting bullshit on social media for money to fuck with people's heads to pay your extortion and live here? I thought you were supposed to believe in God, and God doesn't want these assholes in your life. Okay, God, as you refer to him as, gave you the Lord's Prayer to live to free yourself from the devil. Why are you still going after the devil's money like it's an apple on or a tree or Come on now, baby. Or a dog chasing a bone, motherfucker. Come on now. I be seeing what's going on with y'all. And I be nosing, okay? And Massa, we's all be voting for you, Massa. And Massa will do everything you says to do. And all these people, they think they're so liberal and free, right? But they'll go to that job and they'll train to get that job and they'll go to school. And they'll work hard to get more money to pay to live here. And then they'll say, I'm going to get myself off the grid. And I'm going to build me a house made out of shit that can be eaten by bugs, critters, and animals. And then when I die, I'm going to let them eat me. And then I'm going to come back as a tree. And then what's going to happen? Some guy's going to come with a chainsaw and print the Holy Bible on my body. Remember that with Dane Cook? That shit was funny because he was Catholic. And the guy made fun of him. Said, what? I believe you transfigure and do this, and I'm going to come back as a tree. And he said, what if you come back a tree and some guy comes up and cuts you down with a chainsaw? And on the paper from it, they plant the Holy Bible. That shit kind of funny, right? Ain't it? Circle of life. He's telling these jokes to make money to live here because he doesn't understand his God either. And if you can't understand your God, write the bullshit you think you believe in on a dead tree. Fucking crazy, ain't it? Do you remember Haile Selassie said, people without a knowledge and a history are like a tree without root, dead inside and fall for anything. Marcus Garvey admitted the dead inside and fall for everything. People without a knowledge and a history is like a tree without root. He didn't give you the full explanation. Well, he was getting people to do tribalism so he could manipulate people to try to get women to say, ooh, that's what a man, what a man, what a man. Usually when men want to manipulate women to be the sexual focus of the group, even when they're not very attractive, kind of fat and overweight, and Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Don't be talking shit about Biggie Smalls. Is Biggie Smalls the living embodiment of Lord's Prayer? I ain't talking shit about Biggie Smalls. I'm telling you the shit about Biggie Smalls. Shut the fuck up. Come on now. What's wrong with you? Right? Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Now, we're stuck in hell because of debt and trespass. Well, then forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. Okay? Laws provided for eternal existence mean you meant for me to lie by still waters and lie in green pastures. Okay? Because when the waters are not still, there's problems. When the pastures are not green, there's problems. Right? So share, care, given the coins need built to last. Let your faith sustain you. Let your love guide you. Right? I took the stupid... I'm not upset that I took the MP3 with me to the store. Jesus tells me to roll with things, go with how you feel. And that's what I'm doing. And Suzuki's big thing is he goes, what you need to do is you need to relax more. Because you're right, they're wrong, you're good, they're bad, you're the way, the truth, and life, and they're liars. And, it's frustrating when you go through another season and there's herbicide and, the pesticides are coming next. It's like, shut up. He goes, yeah, it's okay. You'll wash down the house. You'll get up, clean out the pads. You'll make sure that you and Dad have plenty of good oxygen around here. You'll just keep working on it. Every time you see the wedge, you see it, pull it, cut it. You just keep ahead of it. Keep a positive attitude. Meditate. Don't stress your dad out because he keeps talking to Jesus and asking Jesus for solutions to the problems. And you've already told him like 8,000 times in the last 2 years. Right. So don't badger the witness. He's being abused by the same perverts that abuse you every night in your dreams and abuse you with the MP3 that you're never going to have sex with J-Lo any You're any day, any time now, any day now. And I'm like, I don't really want to. Guys, my body, okay, in 2017, oh, hell yeah. That one would be like, Earl, what are you doing? Earl, Earl, I'm trying to wash the dishes. The kids went to grandma's. It's every time I get an erection and you're in your my favorite sweats or whatever, they're coming off just like AKA Hey Kai title, and we're having sex right on the spot. You can ask Amy, you can ask Law, you can ask Raquel. It seems like that's all you wanted to do. No, not really, but just for a time. REO Speedwagon says it, and they're a best-selling, rock song. Barry White says it, and he's the best R&B love artist of all time. I say it, and I'm an old pervert, right? And I was young once when I had the legend of the cul-de-sac, the legend of the legend of ASU, the legend of the Air Force, the legend of Camp Lejeune, the legend of Fort Bragg, the legend of... They had to shut Pope Air Force down because of my sexual legend, because other people couldn't handle it. Okay, do you understand? That's how gorgeous I am. Okay. And if Law had been there like the cul-de-sac in Phoenix, man, North Carolina, it still wouldn't be the same. What was that? You can still hear Law's screaming orgasms to this day. I want some of that shampoo so bad. Okay. Phoenix, it's just kind of like, carefree highway, let me slip away on you. Yeah. Wonder what she's doing now. I hope Lala's okay. I really do adore Kay. She's a pain in my ass, but so is almost all my family. And Chief, like Michelle, you've never had a better friend than Chief Roosevelt Gilliard. Grandma Gilliard, I never met her, but I did because of Sarah and Chief, and those are two of the best human beings, two of the best children that grew up into parents and grandparents that ever was. Grandma Gilliard was a special lady and a very exciting girl. Yes, she was. Okay. That's why at that funeral it hurt so bad in seeing Chief, and him breaking down. And him missing his mom, and how much he did love his mom. That was his world. That was his anchor. That was his rock. Gosh damn it. William, you little shit. Get your jazz out of here. I love you. I really love William. He reminds me a lot of Chief in nature. He's very defensive of his mother. His mother, no, his dad was his rock. He tolerated his mom because he adores his mom, but Chief was his rock because Grandma Gilliard was. That's the truth. You got to be pragmatic, and you got to be honest about people, and you got to see what you get from people. And like my dad said, I tried to explain to Law, we're going to take the good from your house and the good from my house. We're going to, me and Staffy, that goofy little song on that stupid old TV show. Eliminate the negative, accentuate the positive. Don't mess with mentor in between, right? That's the black folk song, you know what I'm saying? Because they be getting fucked with by people. But Haile Selassie said the reason why we are is because we started this whole mess. Great civilization started because of our egos. Okay, so all the Arabs being mass murdered and all the Africans being congratulations, your chickens are coming home to roost. That's what Haile Selassie said. Malcolm didn't know. That information was not made available to him, especially not by Marcus Garvey. He was a racist. Okay, do you understand? Marcus Garvey saw Haile Selassie so much pain and suffering by taking his message. Bob did not, no. The other people around Bob Marley did. And Haile Selassie told him that people around you are violent and selfish, and everything revolves around their sexuality. And you're not like that, Robert. You're not like that, Nesta. Okay. No, Haile Selassie, did they physically meet, or did he tell him in prayer? He came to Jamaica. Haile Selassie taught, spoke, and understood English a lot better than he led on to people. He did that to keep his privacy and to listen to people talk about him that were pretentious, arrogant, and genocidal. It was a very astute way of getting through that hell. He understood English real well. Like Jackie Chan on Rush Hour and Mr. Miyagi On Karate Kid, yeah. Doubt Sele Selassie, yeah. Oh, he understood English. Oh, yeah. Sun Yat-sen understood English. Yes, G.C. Suzuki also, And they understand it exquisitely. They understand it that most of you assholes that it's your first language and you think you speak, listen, and do in it. Trust me, okay? Trust me. I love you. Trust me. Okay, when someone's a good listener, they don't have to be able to speak your language real well to understand it better than you. How cochise of you. Okay. How Chief Joseph of you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know people that function well, but just barely in English, but understand the meaning of your words and your language and the meaning of what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to think, is supposed to believe better than you do. Kuelaka. Galale. Okay. No. Try harder. Okay. From the gut. Kuelaka. Okay. Galale. Let the people know you care. Let them know that you'll put the effort in, that you love them. And it's hard. Trees can't roll her R's. That's Spanish, but it's then a people from here thing. Trees could probably say Mexico, Tenochtitlan. Maybe she could say guttural things. Maybe she could say Belagana better than me. Maybe she could say Nakai better than me. Okay? But Patrick says I'm good. Yeah, he does. Patrick always did, from the time he was little. Well, his spirit was from the Buffalo Soldiers, so he knew the people, Athabascan quote-speaking people, the Cuelica, Galale, okay? They're the cousins of Belagana, okay? Nakai, okay? So Patrick, one time he was little, Dad, want to hear Nakai? Okay, Dad, time he was little, and then he told me the stories about Geronimo, and they were rough. You little Buffalo Soldier, you. Yeah. That story about it, I think it relates more to people like Patrick. See, well, the funny thing, everybody's like, youth, you're being egotistical. You think it's about Marty Robbins watching a spirit of your son as opposed to Marty Robbins. So yeah, because Marty Robbins was 5'4" and Patrick's 6'5". He was so tall and so handsomely dressed. He was so different. He wasn't like all the rest. He was tall and he was like Malachi Young and Malachi Nelson, and that's Patrick. And Remy Berry. So, yeah, tall, handsomely dressed. He was so different. He wasn't like a tall mulatto cowboy. And then maybe he had a friend. Maybe a friend of a friend, because how many people live vicariously through? And the mighty bolt of lightning showed the face of Jesus Christ. And I cried, oh, Lord, forgive me. Don't let it happen now. I want to live for you alone, oh God. These words I vow. Right? So how many people live vicariously through the good person because they're stuck living vicariously through the abuse of others and then wanting to have success through the abuse of others to get rewarded to live with Jesus and the magic of their abuse after they die, which is totally insane. But I completely understand it. Thanks, Lopez. I really gosh dang, she's so hard to connect to. You love everybody. I know I love everybody. You're just going to have to live with that. I had to try to tell it to my wife, Patrick, You love everybody. I do, son. As if they were your own child. Yes, I don't want to be a failure as a human being. Okay, but I don't love them more than I love you. Not at all. Okay. I have put up with more hell from you and for you than I have just about any other person on the planet. Okay? The only other exception, AMA's kids. They don't die, they multiply. I'm okay with that. They're cute. Just can't have any more wives and kids than you can lovingly provide and care for. But they're cute. I like them. They're sweethearts. Yeah. Strong, protecting from bullying, like that. What point in time that girl she's just as dumb as my kids, okay, and my family. At what point in time did you think you had the right to come up to King David and say, "What's going on here?" I'm protecting her family from getting mass murdered by the scientists that had you come bum rush up on me and thinking you keeping her safe from me. You stupid, go collect a paycheck to pay assholes to live here and wouldn't even let it cross your mind to think about living the Lord's Prayer for one New York minute in your goofy little ass fucking existence. Son of a bitch. Okay? And there's also daughters of bitches. They're acting like dogs, Parson. Does that make you a dog? No, it does not. Well, then teach them how to be a man. And the only way women can have virtue is if they love a man and have children with a man. Thanks, Jennifer Lopez. We'll meet someday. We'll be friends. Okay. You're friends with Janet Jackson. You're to bring her too, because I said I was going to meet her and be friends one day too. So we're all going to hang out, meet, and be friends. It's not going to be awkward. You're going to look at us and go, oh my God. Yeah, it's like sitting around telling jokes of Pope Francis, realizing this guy's a way better person than Pope Francis because Pope Francis was a foolish, shit, illegit book hack that sat there and tried to pass himself off as somebody he wasn't because he was too afraid of rocking the boat. I like to use corporations too. We can sing. You got to wait for me to dance. I can, can you dance? Nah, but I used to could. Okay, give me some time and maybe I could again. So give me some time to detox, get healthy, and get positive ions and real good sleep and real good kindness and caring and affection. What does that mean? That means I get a snuggle with Emmy and Kate. I give you a snuggle, give me a kiss, okay? Okay, Noah, give me a hug. Okay, Patrick. Pretend it's every 6 months for like the next 6 months. Give me a hug. Whether I need it or not. Okay, I love you too. Natalie, you don't have to. You're just wacky. No, I'm just kidding. I love wacky Nate. Nate is she's one of the most perfect women in the history of the world as far as having a heart to try to protect the Messiah from the people that are trying to abuse him because they're jealous of his beauty. Oh, she did. She in her own little way, she tries. But she's been so abused, like Amy and the rest of them. Let her cry, for she is a lady. Let her dream, for she's a child. Let the rain fall down upon her. She's a cool and gentle flower growing wild. It's hard for a woman to be a woman in the bowels of hell. It's not hard for a man to be a man in the bowels of hell. It's just hard for all the jealous pieces of shit to recognize it. Okay? I love y'all, right? Peace out.